Good morning and welcome to Warrior Wisdom Wednesday on Coffee with Alain. I'm going to share a little bit from the Warrior Within, the philosophies of Bruce Lee to better understand the world around you and achieve a rewarding life. Book by John Little, one of many he's put out on Bruce Lee, about Bruce Lee's philosophies. Going to share a little bit from that. Drinking out of one of my Lady and the Tramp mugs this morning just because. Hope you're all having a fantastic week. I'm going to do a quick little warrior wisdom quote here and then head off to a Reflex Protect meeting this morning that I got to go to. So the quote I wanted to share actually comes from 1971, an interview that Bruce Lee gave with Ted Thomas. And this is the quote. "The most important thing to me is how, in the process of learning how to use my body, can I come to understand myself?" Now, I think that's an important quote when it comes to martial arts. And this is one of the reasons I differ martial arts from self-defense training. Yes, many people go into martial arts to learn self-defense, and you can learn self-defense skills from martial arts, some more focused on that than others. But the truth is, you can join a combatives program or a purely self-defense program and learn to defend yourself without some of the things that many martial arts also teach. And you can also learn martial arts and some other things that they teach and you can benefit from and not necessarily be able to defend yourself in an actual situation. So there are differences between martial arts and just purely learning to defend yourself. And I try to hurdle and saddle and be on both sides because I am a martial artist and I believe in the things that you can learn through the study of martial arts, but I have a self-defense focus and realize that some of the things that we do in traditional martial art training and practice, they don't necessarily convert to street fighting, but there are other things to be gained. And that's why I like to look at some of the philosophy behind martial arts, because I think we can gain from that and we can better ourselves. And that's why I really like this quote. "The most important thing to me is how, in the process of learning how to use my body, can I come to understand myself?" And that's something that Bruce Lee was working on and toward. Now, you could do this with other athletic events, dance and different sports. You can learn about yourself through learning about your body. I remember talking with Chris Karachi years and years ago, former SEAL Team 6 member. He worked with Richard Marcinko, but we were talking about physical fitness and the mind and how there's that extremely important connection, and your mind controls your body, and through the extreme things that we put our body through, it's a discipline and mind strengthening thing as well. And we could go deeper into that, but I don't have the time today. But that is something that the physical training our body helps with the mind. And then, as Bruce Lee was saying here, you also start to understand yourself. So I just think that's something we need to remember when we're training. So I encourage you to think about that and think about how it applies to yourself, to the training you're doing, and try to better understand yourself through your training. I want to say good morning to Jay and Vicky. They're here and said good morning. Appreciate you guys being here and saying hello. Want to say good morning to Thad. Appreciate Thad saying good morning. Want to wish everybody a wonderful, wisdom-provoking, wisdom-thinking, wisdom warrior Wednesday encourage you to sign up at the newsletter at enjoylifesafely.com if you haven't yet, and just make it a wonderful Wednesday. Jay said, heck yeah. Thank you, Jay. I'm heading off to a meeting here shortly, and I will be back to see you tomorrow.